Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, like your soul knows a truth that your mind still can't name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's not an existential crisis, it's a sign. And what is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this way, and why this feeling has intensified in recent days. There's a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. A game that involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, your home, your door, your family, and the role that you have been assigned to fulfill in this transition that has already begun. Think, what if everything you have always felt, this estrangement, this search, this silent certainty that something is lurking around your home, was exactly the proof that you are not an observer of this story, but the centerpiece of it? And today, the chosen one, I need to tell you something that may explain a lot of what has been happening in your home in recent weeks. The heavenly radar, this invisible system of spiritual surveillance that operates under the direct permission of God Himself through the guardian angels assigned to each marked home, picked up a strange movement at your door today. And when I say movement, I'm not talking about something that any human eye could see. I'm talking about presences that approach the boundary of your home, the threshold of your protection, the exact point where the visible world meets the invisible world. Something arrived, something stopped, something tested your door, and the heavens recorded it. You didn't consciously notice, but your body did. It was that moment when the dog barked at nothing in the middle of the night. It was that strange feeling when you walked down the hallway of your home. It was that dream you had this week where someone knocked on the door and you couldn't open it. It was that sudden chill for no reason. It was that instant when you woke up exactly at 3 in the morning and stared at the ceiling, not knowing why. None of this was a coincidence. The heavenly radar registers each of these approaches, like a sentry registering an enemy approaching the wall. And what it recorded in your home this week is the reason you're not sleeping well, the reason your family has been more irritable, the reason that weight has returned to your chest with no apparent explanation. There are entities that circulate around the homes of the chosen like predators circle around a fortress they want to invade. But there's one fundamental difference, and this difference is your greatest weapon. They cannot enter. Not while your alliance with the High is firm. They come up to the door, they test the portal, they knock, they observe, and it is precisely this movement that the heavenly radar detected in your home and that I was instructed to reveal to you today, before the next level of this assault occurs. That's exactly why I prepared the powerful ebook for you, the Manual of the Chosen by God to Protect the Family. Because what is lurking at your door isn't something to face with shallow words, with memorized prayers, with internet charms. What is there? Stopped at the boundary of your home is exactly the type of presence that the ebook identifies, name by name, sign by sign, attack by attack. It shows who is playing against your home, what the invisible rules of this war for your door are, and what entities from other dimensions have already revealed about the spiritual portals that exist in every home, and that most people keep wide open without even knowing. This ebook was created for those who have already awakened enough to feel that something is lurking around the home, and who are tired of not knowing what to do when the heavenly radar goes off inside their chest in the middle of the night. The link is pinned in the first comment at the top of the comments, but I need to warn you, this type of content rarely remains available for long, because that is within these pages challenges narratives that many people are keen to keep intact, and there have been attempts to silence this knowledge before. Real attempts, the chosen one, not imaginary. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment is now, because you didn't stumble upon this video by accident. The heavenly radar brought you here. Download it now and comment below. I am the chosen one, and I will download the ebook. This is your first act of faith today, and heaven records each of them. Now that you've decided to act, the next truth I'm going to tell you will be the final blow against this oppression that tries to encroach upon your door. Because there's one thing I need you to understand about what happened today on the spiritual plane of your home. This movement that the heavenly radar captured was not a coincidence. It wasn't some random entity wandering around your neighborhood. It was ascending. It was a spiritual committee assigned to a specific mission against your family. And do you know why? Because you moved. You did something in the last few weeks that shook the board. It could have been a deeper prayer. It could have been a decision to cut off a toxic friendship. It could have been a silent intention to change your life. It could have simply been the fact that you started consuming content like this, content that awakens your real spiritual awareness. And when the chosen one moves, the other side moves along with them. This is the game, this is the rule, and it's exactly this rule that no one has taught you. Most people believe that spiritual attack is a rare thing, reserved for sorcerers, mediums, people involved in strange things. False. The most constant, elaborate, persistent attacks happen precisely against ordinary people who are beginning to realize they are extraordinary. They happen against mothers who are starting to pray on their knees for their children. They happen against fathers who are trying to quit an addiction. They happen against young people who are refusing the easy path. They happen against you, who right now feels that this video is speaking to your specific life, to your specific home, to your specific door. Because it is. Because the heavenly radar does not operate by statistics, it operates by name. And your name was announced today on a list that I cannot show you, but that I can help you understand. And the first sign that a spiritual committee has been sent against your home is what is happening with the animals. If you have a dog, cat, or any animal at home, pay attention to their behavior in recent days. Animals see what we do not see. They bark at empty corners. They suddenly stop in the middle of a room and stare fixedly into nothing. They refuse to enter a specific place in the house. They wake up at night, restless. This is not illness. This is not a quirk. This is their radar picking up what your internal radar is also detecting, but that your rational mind is trying to ignore. Trust the animal. It is warning you. The second sign is the door. Pay attention to your main door, the chosen one. Is there something wrong with your door in recent days? Has the doorknob heated up for no reason? Did you hear a knock and when you looked there was no one there? Did the doorbell ring at an odd time? Is the door harder to open, heavier, as if something on the other side is resisting? Every door is a spiritual portal, and every portal needs to be sealed. People decorate the door, paint the door, change the door lock, but they never seal the door spiritually. And that's why the enemy enters. Not through the wall, not through the window, through the door that no one has protected. The third sign is your children sleep, if you have children. Children have a much clearer spiritual perception than adults. They haven't yet been contaminated by the materialist reasoning that blinds the average adult. When a child wakes up crying in the middle of the night for no reason apparent, when a child suddenly refuses to sleep alone, when a child says they saw someone in the room, the chosen one, don't treat this as nonsense. Treat it as a report of spiritual intelligence, because that is exactly what it is. Your child is the most sensitive sensor in your home, and they are delivering you information that would cost dearly for any adult to perceive. And here is where I need to pause, because what I'm about to tell you now is what separates the awakened chosen one from the sleeping chosen one. Enjoy this pause. It was exactly for this kind of revelation that I wrote the ebook Manual of the Chosen by God to Protect the Family. This ebook is not just reading, it is a map for home protection. It is a field manual written for those who understand that the home of the chosen one is a priority target in the spiritual realm, and that generic praying is no longer enough. The ebook shows who is playing against your door, what the invisible rules governing domestic portals are, and what entities from other dimensions have already revealed about the exact approach protocol these spiritual committees use against families marked by heaven. It teaches step by step how to seal your main door, how to cleanse the corners where envy accumulates, how to protect your children's sleep, how to identify when the home's animal is giving a spiritual alert. This ebook was created for those who have awakened enough to know that the reality of their home is much deeper than physical eyes show, and who are ready to go beyond the shallow answers that the superficial religious world offers. The link is in the first pinned comment at the top of the comments, but I need to warn you again because I know you are still here listening, and those who are still here are because they have been summoned. This type of ebook rarely stays available for long. What is in these pages challenges narratives that many have an interest in keeping intact, especially the narratives that say, a home doesn't need sealing, that a door doesn't need covering, that your family is safe just because you are a good person. There have been attempts to silence this knowledge before, Chosen One, and that's why I cannot guarantee how long this link will remain active. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment is now, because you didn't arrive at this text by accident. The Heavenly Radar brought you. Download it now and comment, "I am chosen and I will download the ebook." This comment is your second act of faith of the day, and it seals an invisible pact between you and your protection. Now that you have renewed your commitment, I will tell you what may be the most important revelation of this video, because this is where the blow turns in your favor. There is a specific hour when spiritual committees approach the homes of the chosen ones. And no, it's not midnight, as cinema taught you. Midnight is folklore. Heaven works with real time. The real hour of domestic spiritual attack is between 3 and 4 in the morning. It is the hour when the vibration of the house is at its lowest, when the inhabitants are in the deepest sleep, when conscious defense is practically zero. It is the hour when you suddenly wake up without knowing why. It is the hour when that strange thought appears out of nowhere. It is the hour when you feel someone watching you. Note this, Chosen One. If you have woken up during this interval in the past weeks, it is not insomnia. It is a summons. Your spirit is being called to battle while your body sleeps. And the reason you are waking up is that something on the other side wants to catch you aware, wants to throw you against your own rest, wants to make you associate prayer with tiredness, vigilance with suffering. But there is a way to turn this game around, and it is precisely at this hour that you need to do the sealing prayer of the door. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be rehearsed. It needs to be firm. You rise, go to the front door of your home, place your hand on it and declare in an audible voice, even if softly, "This door belongs to the God who chose me. This door is sealed by blood. This door does not open to anything that does not come in the name of the Most High. I am the chosen one, and my home is marked territory." Done. Those who have done this once felt the difference immediately. Those who do this every day change the frequency of the whole house in less than a week. The children stop waking up crying. The animals stop barking at the corners. Sleep returns to being sleep. And the Heavenly Radar registers, on the other side, that this home is now sealed, and the committee that prowled receives orders to retreat. But pay attention, Chosen One, and this is information that very few people have. Sealing the main door is not enough on its own. There are 3 spiritual blind spots in every home, and it is through these points that the enemy tries to enter when they realize that the main door has been closed. The first blind spot is the bedroom window where the couple sleeps. It is the point where most arguments originate, where most misunderstandings arise, where most heavy dreams occur. The second blind spot is the children's bedroom door. It is the point through which nighttime fears, terrible childhood insomnia, and behaviors that parents cannot explain enter. The third blind spot, and perhaps the most ignored of all, is the bathroom door. Yes, Chosen One, the bathroom. Because the bathroom is the room where a person is most vulnerable, most naked, most exposed, and that is why it is the room most attacked in homes of the chosen ones without cover. How many times have you had an intrusive thought in the shower? How many times have you looked in the mirror and felt something strange? How many times have you felt you were not alone in there? It was not paranoia, it was discovery. And here the game gets even deeper. Because spiritual committees do not work alone, they use people. Yes, people. Ordinary people who circulate in your life and unknowingly function as carriers of contaminated energies into your home. You know that visitor who always leaves you exhausted after they go. That conversation that always ends in an argument for no reason. That relative who always comes filled with complaints, filled with veiled envy, filled with acidic comments about your life. They are not bothering you by chance. They have been pulled by the same committee that prowls your door. Not because they are necessarily bad people, but because their vibration serves as a channel, and when you receive them in your home without cover, you open a breach that the Heavenly Radar registers immediately. That is why there are homes that, after a certain visit, have never been the same. There are marriages that, after a certain person enters the room, have never had peace. There are children who, after a certain hug, have never slept the same. It is not coincidence, it is contamination. And what few people know is that there is a way to neutralize this, even before the visitor enters. There is a covering word, there is a sealing gesture, There is a purification protocol for the environment that cleans the atmosphere of the room in less than 5 minutes after the person leaves. Simple things, chosen one, but simple only for those who have been taught. And no one teaches. No traditional church teaches. No school teaches. No family teaches. This type of knowledge has been hidden for generations because a spiritually sealed family is a family that no one manipulates, that no one dominates, that no one breaks. And do you know who else fears such a family? Exactly those who wanted you to never know this. Stop. Breathe. Because what comes next completely changes the way you will look at your home from now on. It was precisely to deliver this hidden knowledge that I prepared the ebook, Manual of the Chosen Ones by God to Protect the Family. This ebook is the complete map of the Chosen One's home defense. It details the 3 blind spots of the home I just showed you and teaches the exact sealing protocol for each of them, with the right words, in the right order, at the right time. He explains who the spiritual committees are that attack marked families, shows how they use ordinary people as carriers of contamination, and reveals the step-by-step purification process that cleanses the environment after a heavy visit. The ebook teaches what entities from other dimensions have already revealed about the approach protocol of the night committees, about the real meaning of the hour of 3 in the morning, about the signs that animals give, about the words that children utter. Everything I've mentioned so far is just the surface of what's inside this ebook. This material was written for the chosen one who understood that their home is a trench, that their family is a target, and that there is no more room for generic, shallow, decorated faith. The link is pinned in the first comment, at the top of the comments, and I've already warned you and I will warn you again. This type of content challenges old interests, narratives that many want to keep intact, and there have already been real attempts to silence this knowledge. I can't guarantee how long this link will be active. Don't wait for the right moment, chosen one. The right moment has already passed 3 times in this video, and you are still here. This is already a sign from heaven. Download the ebook now and comment, "I am chosen and I will download the ebook." This is your 3rd act of faith of the day, and each of these acts tears apart veils that were covering your spiritual vision. Now that you have made the 3rd commitment, I will give you the final part, the revelation. That may be the reason why the heavenly radar brought you specifically to this video today. There's one thing that nobody tells you about being a true chosen one, and that thing is this. The greater your mission, the greater the siege. It's not punishment, it's not abandonment, it's not retribution, it's pure spiritual geometry. Those who are marked to move a lot are surrounded by much. Those designated to change the history of their own family, to break chains that have been dragging for generations, to open paths where there was once only a wall, that chosen one will feel the siege in the most intense way possible. If you have felt that everything is conspiring against you lately, if you have felt that every time you take a step forward, something pulls you 2 steps back, if you have felt that it seems like the whole world noticed your existence at the same time and came to test you, it's not madness, chosen one. It's confirmation. It's the heavenly radar confirming that you have been promoted in the spiritual hierarchy and that the siege is proportional to your new authority. And it is precisely at this point that many chosen ones fall, because many chosen ones interpret the siege as punishment. Many chosen ones look at life and think, if I were truly chosen, this wouldn't be happening to me. But it's exactly the opposite. If you weren't chosen, none of this would be happening. You would be left in peace, sleeping the sleep of the forgotten, living the life of those who nobody needs to attack because they pose no threat to the kingdom of darkness. The fact that you are being attacked is the living proof that you are considered a serious threat. And the heavenly radar knows this, and that's why it intensifies your protection exactly in proportion to its perception that the siege is increasing. And what it picked up at your door today, chosen one, is precisely the sign that you are about to enter a new phase. Spiritual movements around a home always intensify before a promotion, always before a turnaround, always before a response. Think of all the times in your life when everything seemed to crumble, and soon after came an unexpected grace. It wasn't luck, it was a pattern. Heaven works like this. The siege increases before the delivery. The pressure rises before the birth. The night darkens before the brighter dawn. If your personal heavenly radar is triggering, it's because the heavenly deliverer is arriving, and the other side is making the final attempt to pull you from the position of receiving. Do not leave the position. Keep your door sealed. Keep your prayer firm. Keep your heart warm. Keep your home covered. Keep your bond with the high non-negotiable, because what is coming is great. What is coming is harvest. What is coming is an answer to prayer that you don't even remember asking for anymore. What is coming is the justice of heaven, arriving in the form of provision, healing, reunion, peace, concrete turnaround, everything you quietly asked for as if no one was listening. They were listening, the chosen one. They were taking notes, they were preparing. And the movement that the heavenly radar picked up at your door today could very well be the last attack before the final release. But to receive what is coming, you need to be ready. Your home needs to be sealed. Your family needs to be covered. Your blind spots need to be closed. Your visitors need to be discerned. Your sleep needs to be protected. Your children need to be guarded. And it is precisely this complete protection package that is inside the ebook I've prepared for you. It's not theory. It's not philosophy. It's not pretty speeches. It's a field manual, written for those who need to protect their own home today, tonight, before the sun rises tomorrow. And that's why I return one last time to remind you of the ebook, Manual of the Chosen Ones by God to Protect the Family. This ebook gathers everything I've delivered to you in this video, and much more than could fit here. It delivers the complete protection protocol for the homes of the chosen ones, teaches how to identify which entities are working against your home, shows the invisible rules that no one told you about domestic portals, seals the 3 blind spots of your home, teaches discernment of visitors, protects the children's sleep, covers the couple, raises the spiritual wall around your entire family. It's the direct answer to the movement the heavenly radar picked up today at your door. It was specifically written for the chosen one who is living this exact moment you find yourself in now, the moment when the siege tightens because the delivery is close. The link is in the first comment, pinned at the top of the comments, and I will repeat one last time. This kind of ebook challenges narratives that many people are keen to keep intact, and there have been real attempts to silence this knowledge. I can't guarantee how long this link will be available. It could be tomorrow. It could be in an hour. Don't wait for the right moment, because the right moment is exactly when the radar triggers, and it triggered today in you now. Download it now and comment in the comments, "I am chosen and I will download the ebook." This is your final act of faith in this video, and it seals before heaven that you heard, that you recognized, and that you accepted the mission to protect your home with the knowledge that was specifically sent to you today. And remember, chosen one, the heavenly radar does not pick up movement at any door. It picks up movement at the doors that are being monitored by the high. The fact that your door was registered today means you are on heaven's list, and everything that happens from here on out is just heaven fulfilling what it has always promised. Seal your door, cover your home, protect your family, and walk firmly, because the night that seems the densest is exactly the night that precedes the dawn of your life. The movement at your door is not the end, it's the beginning. And you did not come this far by accident, you were summoned, and heaven never summons anyone who is not ready to respond.